Assalamu alaikum, my dearest brothers and sisters, the proud and wonderful people of Gombe, the jewel in the savannah. Today, the 12th of October marks an important day in Gombe. Today, we flag off our campaign for gubernatorial and state assembly offices. Today, we take our destiny in our hands and reach for a vision of a greater and prosperous Gombe. My people, our jewel is in misery. Gombe has a God-given endowment of riches, but our people live in shocking conditions. In my travels across the length and breadth of this state, the consequence of this leadership is visible everywhere. From Gombe Abba to Nafada, to Bajoga, Kwami, Yamal to Deba, Talase, the hills of Dadia in Balanga South, from Tula to Filia, and then to Billiri, Pendiga and Kumo. 62% of our people are living in poverty, hunger, and deprivation. Collapsing infrastructure of health and education across the state with rising rate of maternal and child mortality. 700,000 of our children are out of schools, including the precious medical students whose bond has been revoked by this state government. 69% are unemployed, the majority being our youth, the future of our state. Our women and girls lack empowerment opportunities. Our farmers struggle to afford to farm, and our herdsmen have nowhere to graze. Our traders and small businessmen are losing their capital in the face of rising inflation without any support from the government. The energy and transport infrastructure needed to drive our economic prosperity is absent. This is not a question of no resources or an Abuja question. It is a question of governance and leadership. Despite earning about 300 billion naira and huge amounts of accumulated debts in the past 3 years, our leaders have not guaranteed the basics of life and the means to economic prosperity for our people. This administration of APC in Gombe is running the state with an iron fist and with neither vision nor regard to the rule of law. Unfortunately, our public service, this last stabilizer in governance, has been weakened and disenfranchised, with accountability mechanism being ignored and flouted. As we witness this unprecedented mismanagement of our commonwealth, where is then the foundation for our future and the future of our children? As such, we are here offering ourselves, not for any desire of power or ambition, but to provide visionary, accountable, and pragmatic leadership, to lay the solid foundation for our people to prosper. My fellow indigents, I understand that you are tired of empty promises and you have every right to be. So as part of our vision, here are 10 concrete things our administration will do, inshallah, to which you can hold me to account. 1. We will create an education fund to ring-fence financing and commence rebuilding and equipping 250 primary and secondary schools each to world-class standard in the first 100 days. This will reduce our out-of-school children and improve our education outcomes. We will open all tertiary institutions, including the State University of Technology, Kumo, for the benefit of our children and restore government bond for our medical students on day one. We will fix the dilapidated healthcare facilities with a focus on equipment, drugs, and staffing to reduce maternal and child mortality across the state commencing in the first 100 days. We will build economic and climate-smart infrastructure and create modular factories in mining, cement production, etc., to drive our industrial growth while simultaneously establishing tax breaks to encourage corporate investors in industries and support small businesses in our state. We will expand Gombe Regional Water Supply and implement Gombe South Regional Water Supply in the medium to long term. We will make Gombe the regional hub for agricultural marketing in the northeast by providing policy and financing support to our farmers to procure all the needed farm implements and inputs, as well as easy means of transporting farm produce. This means better returns for our farmers and better access to produce for our consumers. We will return all lands and farmlands taken away unjustly from farmers, farm owners, and landowners. We will restore the 5,000 monthly stipends paid to women and expand it to cover the vulnerable and indigent, and introduce the state marshals in the first 100 days. We will make Gombe State Civil Service the envy of Nigeria by right recruitment and placement. We will pay a minimum living wage, institute a periodic review, and ensure that a service culture is in place top down so that when you deal with the state government, you know there is zero corruption and we are all on your side. We will settle all outstanding pension, gratuity, and severance allowances in the first 100 days of our office. We will operate data-driven and evidence-based governance, safeguard our treasury, be prudent with our resources, and make public the financial affairs of the state on a quarterly basis. We will restore rule of law and ensure the independence of the legislature and the judiciary. When we leave office, inshallah, Gombe will have changed to an economically thriving, prosperous state that is fully integrated as a world-class state with efficient public service, transport system as a tourist destination for healthcare and education with a thriving airport city. Thank you for your time. God bless Gombe State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.